We have some breaking news here on a Wednesday night. Welcome to Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. The Bears have hired a stud as their next running backs coach. It is Eric Studesville, who has been in coaching for over 30 years and in the NFL for about 30 years. He actually coached for the Bears in the 90s. We're going to break it all down here on tonight's show, but this is our third episode of the day. If you want to support the program, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 157,000 subscribers. We are challenging the Packers report in subscribers this month. So let's make it happen. Hit that subscribe button. We'll have an episode up in the morning, and then we'll have our live show tomorrow afternoon as well. So rock and roll with us. Okay, Eric Studesville is the new running backs coach. We've talked about him a couple of times. This had been reported. I do want to give Brad Biggs the credit for breaking this news. He was also on this report about, a week, 10 days ago, saying he's a name to watch. He had also mentioned Deuce Staley, and they settle on Eric Studesville, a guy who, like I mentioned, has coached in the Bears organization before, and also a guy who has overlapped with Ben Johnson. You just take a look at his coaching resume, starting as a GA at Arizona in 1991, went to North Carolina for a couple years, was actually a defensive coordinator at Wingate and Kent State in the mid-90s, then joined the Bears in 1997 as a quality control coach, elevated to wide receivers coach in 1999, and then assistant special teams coach in 2000. And then since then, he's essentially been a running backs coach. 01 to 03, Giants running backs coach. Bills 04 to 07, he added run game coordinator to his title through 2009 there. He joined the Broncos under Josh McDaniels in 2010, became their interim head coach when they fired Josh McDaniels in 2010. So he's actually had head coaching experience for a brief period of time. Stuck around, which is admirable, as the running backs coach for another 6 seasons through 2016. And then that is where he joined the Dolphins, where he's been since 2017, surviving multiple head coaching switches there. And, when guys stick around through head coach firings, that kind of shows you about what other coaches think of him and just his overall character. Was the Dolphins running backs coach and run game coordinator from 2017 to 2020. Got the co-OC title in 2021, associate head coach title in 2022 through 2025, and now he is joining the Bears to be their running backs coach this upcoming season. So this guy has been around the block for a very, very long time in the NFL, and I like the move. When you lose Eric Bieniemy, it's hard to find a better running back coach than that, right? I mean, EB is a fantastic running backs coach. He's been a good offensive coordinator. Don't blame him at all for going back to Kansas City to be OC. I thought he did a fantastic job with DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai, but this is about as good of a recovery as you had. Studesville or Deuce Staley would have both been good recoveries. This is a really, really nice get. In his late 50s, been around the block, hard-nosed coach, got a lot out of Devon Achane. I saw a stat. He has coached 12 1,000-yard running back seasons in his career in the NFL, including Marshawn Lynch when he was with the Bills. I think he overlapped with Tiki Barber with the Giants. So this guy has coached some big-time players. I just mentioned Devon Achane with Miami. I think Ronnie Brown before that in Miami as well. He has gotten a lot out of a lot of running back talents in his coaching career, which is what Eric Bieniemy was able to do this past year with DeAndre Swift having a career year, with Kyle Monangai being one of the best rookie running backs in the NFL as a 7th-round pick. So I'm pretty excited about this move. I think it's a good fit. I think he'll fit in right away. And I like that, there's familiarity, too, with Ben Johnson. So, you're picking up the scheme and understanding what Ben's looking for, those things should all kind of fall right into place. So like this hire quite a bit. You guys let me know how you feel about the hire down in the comment section below. Grade the hire of Eric Studesville, A, B, C, D, or F, down in the comment section. Now, we're going to continue with this video in a moment. I want to kind of dive back into the offensive coordinator situation in a moment. But guys, the big game is almost here, the last game of the season. And it's perfect time to get going with PrizePicks. If you haven't already, download the PrizePicks app today at prizepicks.com/CLNS. There's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than on PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. With the big game just around the corner, it also means it's your last chance to get in the football action until next season. So close the season out right by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Tons of cool features with PrizePicks, including their newest one, early payouts. If you have some lineups for the big game that get off to fast starts, you might have the opportunity to cash out those lineups early to get those winnings before the game even finishes. The way PrizePicks works is simple. You pick more or less on stat projections, passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, points, rebounds, assists in basketball, goals and assists in hockey and soccer. All sports are available. Got season-long baseball projections. It is awesome. Pick 2 or more players and take more or less in the stat projections. And you got a big game max discount, just more than half a passing yard for Drake May. Boom. You already have a player in one of your lineups. Check it out right now. Download the PrizePicks app. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in the lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in the lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It is good to be right. Okay, so Eric Studesville is on board as the Bears running backs coach. I like that. And now the only question really left, well, potentially 2 questions left with this staff is who's going to be the offensive coordinator? That's number 1. And number 2, if it's not going to be Will Lawing, who is reportedly joining the staff, the former Bears Boston College offensive coordinator, what does his role end up being? He could certainly be the OC. He could replace someone who gets promoted to OC if they hire from within. Like, for example, we talked about this on our show a little bit ago. Press Taylor, pass game coordinator, Ian Rappaport said he could be an option. If he gets promoted, could Will Lawing then become the pass game coordinator? Or is Will Lawing just a candidate to be a quality control coach? We'll see where he lands. He's going to be somewhere on this staff, but that's really the final big domino is who the OC is going to be. I guess there's a tiny chance Al Harris could still get hired. We don't know who Arizona's defensive coordinator is going to be. We don't know who Clint Kubiak's defensive coordinator is going to be with the Raiders, but all signs point to Al Harris returning next season, which means the OC with Declan Doyle leaving is kind of the last big piece of the puzzle, whether it's Will Lawing or someone else. And if it is someone else, Will Lawing, his role will have to be accounted for also. But you do have a running backs coach now. Obviously, Connor Sanger is a name to watch. They either are or already have interviewed him, the Arizona Cardinals pass game specialist, who's quickly risen up the ranks. He has called plays in the East-West Shrine Bowl game the last couple of years, including this year. He seems to be highly touted, 30 years old, would have some Declan Doyle vibes to it, a young, energetic, hungry guy who's looking to grow in the ranks in the NFL. You could go with Press Taylor, who's been an OC before, didn't end well in Jacksonville, but it's a non-play calling role. Again, this role, you need a guy Ben can trust. You need a guy who's willing to do a lot of heavy lifting throughout the week. And you need a good communicator, because that's going to be a guy on the headset in the bird's eye view up in the booth who's, helping Ben upstairs while he's calling plays on the sideline during these games. So those are the main boxes you need to check. And then obviously guys who, can present new ideas and work well with the quarterback and the other offensive players and coaches. Like, just because you're not calling plays doesn't mean it's not an important role, but it's not Matt Nagy going to the Giants and he's going to call the plays and the whole offense. He's in charge. It's his offense. This is Ben's offense. So, Declan Doyle leaving stinks, but it's not the end all be all. But it's still an important role. They got to fill it. And that's obviously something that Ben Johnson is working through at this point in time. So we'll see who it ends up being. There hasn't been much more talk of external candidates after Connor Sanger. So that would point to, if it's not him, a promotion, unless there's more external movement. But as of now, we have not heard anything on that front. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Chicago Bears Now. Hit that subscribe button. Also, chatsports.com/VDay, code VDay5. You have until midnight tonight to get $5 off and guaranteed shipping. by Valentine's Day for the Bears Now Valentine's Day merch. Go check that out. Chatsports.com/BearsVDay with code VDay5 to get $5 off. Sweatshirts, t-shirts are available. Get the loved one in your life some gear. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon. Bear down.